Cheers everybody. Coffee time.
Thank you, Marnie.
Yeah, thank you, Marnie. It's
Lifesaver.
10:30 in the morning on March 19th. And thanks to Marnie, we're sitting in Tucson Wash, where there's a water cache. We made a cup of coffee. So here's to you, Marnie. Thank you.
It's not enough to have a nice place to stay and a shower and a laundry, but
And runs to and from the
she has
trailheads.
to come out here and give us water too.
Oh yeah.
What a woman.
I don't know how she finds time to sleep.
I think she doesn't.
Yeah, she's really energetic. And very supportive of the Arizona trail hikers. She's wonderful.
Very nice lady.
A real trail angel. I got an arrow above my head. What's that doing there?
Indian Ridge Route.
We're walking through the giant cholla forest. And we're both rocking our umbrellas, so we have to be careful not to snag them on these cholla. These cholla are enormous. Sheesh. These things. Water, water, water. No beer. Oh, an umbrella. And candy. Oh,
Candy
cool.
From Chalet Village Motel.
Marnie.
Toilet paper.
That's essential.
2 cookies left.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good morning everybody, it's March 20th. We spent last night at Cowhead Tank where we were pleasantly surprised to find there was still fresh spring water running into the tank.
From the pipe.
Yes, I had
We
to
didn't
climb.
have to get it from the algae water.
Had to climb to the very top rung of the precariously perched ladder and try and hold that 1 gallon.
But he's not complaining.
I'm not complaining. It was great to have clean water because the water in the tank actually didn't look too bad. It was a little green. There were a few things swimming around in it, but it was nice. But today, beautiful morning. Here, let me show you the scene. There's the scene. Well, that shortcut. And then a nice Sonoran desert landscape with lots of saguaro.
Muchos.
Yeah, it's really pretty out here. It's a nice time of day too. In the valley down here, there's another tank. There you can see it now, with the windmill to pump the well water into the tank. Nice. Water is such a precious commodity out here. It's always exciting to see water. This is actually Beehive Well, mile 226.2, and it's in a bit of state of disrepair. a neglect, because when you look at the windmill, all but 3 vanes are missing. So, not been pumping too much water lately. The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby. Love Shack, baby. Tin roof. Rusty. Well, the beehive well tank. It's hard to see from this picture, but it's very green. It looks like Anderson's pea soup. See if we can get a close-up here. Glad I don't have to drink that. Ugh. I like pea soup, but with a bit of ham in it. 9 o'clock, and boy, we just made a big screw up. My mind was wandering, and we were wandering down a wash, and then Shorty called to me, "Hey, we're going the wrong way." We'd gone about a mile beyond where we should have gone. Turned off, we missed the junction. So we looked at the map and we figured, well, rather than backtrack that mile, we'll just go cross country. So we picked out a ridge and followed the ridge up, but man, it was arduous. It was like walking through a minefield. There's so many cacti to avoid. I got stuck once only. I was lucky.
Oh, they jump out at you.
Oh, yeah,
Jumping cholla of California are also here in Arizona.
Just like the poppies, they're all moving to Arizona to escape the high taxes of California or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're back on trail. We're safe. And we're heading towards Freeman Road, about 5 miles away. You're Bruce.
Yes, hi.
And are you native? Arizona?
Yes, born in Arizona, born in Tucson, Arizona. Grew up in Tucson, Tempe, Snobsdale. My extended family are part of the original founding settlers of Flagstaff. Oh. Yeah, you'd think that somewhere along the line somebody would have bred with somebody with pigment, but I guess we're a bunch of Irish.
Yeah, your face like me looks a bit red.
Yeah.
That's if he's telling me off for not wearing enough sunscreen.
Yep. I don't think I don't make enough sunscreen. I'm looking forward to somebody inventing liquid tinfoil, so just be shiny.
How long have you been trail angeling?
So this is my 4th year. My first year was kind of an accident. Just came out here to check out the trail, and one person came through. Realized how fun it was, and that there was a whole thing about being trail angels. And so I dedicated my springs to being out here for a couple weeks and just meeting people, meeting hikers.
And you say you've hiked the trail down to here?
Yes, I've done everything from Utah to here. Most of it in one big push, but I just can't get away long enough. My career apparently requires me to be present. So.
But how long are you here?
I've been here for a month already, and I'll be here till the end of March.
So you could have easily finished already had you not been trail angeling, because it only took us 2 weeks or so to get here.
Yeah, but I'm working from the trail. So this is my home, my full-time home, and I actually work from the trailhead. And yeah, I get to sit here and see my little burst of humanity, get my hikes in, get some solitude, some nature love.
So you lead trips also?
You're also a guide.
Yes, I own a guide service. It's 360 Adventures. We guide mountain biking, rock climbing, hiking, backpacking, canyoneering.
When we were younger, before we were over the hills, we used to do a lot of rock climbing. So where'd you rock climb? Because Flagstaff in that area, we have, I should know, it's Sedona. We have a book in Sedona called A Better Way to Die.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Guide.
I've seen that one, yep.
Because it's so sketchy, the climbing, because everything breaks off.
Yep, that goes from a 5'4" to a 5'10", just like that.
Yeah.
So.
In your hand, literally.
Yes.
As the holes break off.
Yep, ask me how I know.
Well, we're all still alive anyway.
So far, yep.
So one thing I didn't ask the other trail angels, which I meant to ask, was, we've hiked extensively in Europe, and we've never come across trail angels. We've come across some trail magic, but it was accidental. It's what we would call trail magic, but in Europe they have no concept of it. Oh. So being a trail angel, trail magic, it seems to be a uniquely United States of America thing. Yeah, why is that?
America? I don't know. It's just something we do. Yeah. I never thought about it, and I didn't know that, this wasn't, universal to the hiking community until people that hiked extensively in Europe tell me. And so I just, it's funny though, because even people that aren't in the hiker community, when they ask me, you know, what are you doing? And I'll tell them what I'm doing. They'll say, why? And my answer is always, why not? But a hiker never asks why. They're like, thank you so much.
Oh,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, they certainly don't want to make you think about what you're doing out here, make you reconsider. So,
I mean, we've done some trail angeling ourselves, but not to this extent.
well, I have the time, the resources, and the ability, so why not? Plus, I love it. I mean, the hiking community is some of the greatest people of all time. Like I said, I sit here and enjoy my peace and solitude, and then I get bursts of the greatest humanity, the greatest people. You know, you'll see millennials. You hear about how bad millennials are, but I've not seen one example of that stereotypical millennial that comes through. They're all gracious, good people, love what they're doing.
Well, that's what we found too.
Yeah.
The trail is like a great equalizer. It doesn't care who you are.
No, it does not.
Everybody's the same out here.
Yep, it does. Hiking, mental game, pain, solitude, the reward. You know, even bad days are good days out here. Well, I guess there can be a really bad day, but
It's really windy.
yeah, or snowy. Come to Arizona, enjoy the sun.
Oh, that's what we thought. Well, today's the day for trail magic.
Woohoo!
Mile 240.1. There's a 5-gallon jug of water with about a gallon and a half. There's another gallon over there in the bushes. And there's all these goodies. Woo!
Oh, a lucky day.
So, there's another gallon over there, hidden in the rocks. And, see,
Jared.
there's chairs, so I think we'll avail ourselves of those. And then in that crack in the rock,
Oh, it's a
There's a-
big rattler.
there's a huge rattlesnake back there. He slithered off when we arrived. Hopefully he'll stay away. Thank you, then, Kuwait.
Thank you so much.
Cheers to you.
Very
Your
kind
health.
of you.
Thanks for the water, especially.
And the chairs.
This is a nice spot, but there's a huge rattlesnake that hides in these rocks here. He slithered off when we arrived, amidst
big.
much rattling.
I think he lives here. Nice place to live.
He's guarding the box for you. Nobody's going to take the box with that rattler there. Friday. It's March 21st, 9:30, and it's a beautiful cool day, which is why we're sitting in the shade. No, actually it's pretty cool. There's a nice cool breeze. It was cold this morning, but we spent last night at the Trail Magic area. Wonderful, huh?
Yeah, even the rattlesnake didn't bother us.
Yeah.
That big rattlesnake
Yeah,
that welcomed us.
he was badass, that rattlesnake. He was huge, but he slithered off and we never saw him again. Thank goodness. And we enjoyed the comfort of the chairs, and there was water there, tons of snacks, but we had plenty of our own food, so we didn't need the snacks.
And then we enjoyed the company also of
The high achievers.
Slow Squeeze, Cookie,
TikTok.
Kashmir, and TikTok.
Yeah, the high
They all
achievers.
came.
They passed us.
Man, yeah.
But maybe we'll see them in a day or two. But I don't know. I think they're on a tour at the moment. And we're still taking our time and enjoying it.
I think they're enjoying it too.
Yeah, yeah. And we're headed to Kearney tomorrow, where we'll take a near zero day. This is a really nice ridge route. We're about 7 miles from Kearney. It's cool, overcast day. We passed through lots and lots of wildflowers. It's been beautiful. And whoever made this trail, or lots of people I'm sure, it was a hell of a lot of work. Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's Friday, March 22nd, 7 a.m.
Town Day.
Town Day, yeah. Trail Angel Carol in Kearney is going to pick us up in a few miles and take us into Kearney. And we're getting near the Gila River. And I have yet to see a Gila monster. You know, especially in America, I think most families grew up watching Miracle on 42nd Street at Christmas time. Not my family. My father was a Humphrey Bogart fan, and we always watched The Treasure of Sierra Madre. You know, that famous movie where it has one of the most famous and most misquoted lines in movie history. Badges? We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges. That quote. And there's a famous scene with the Gila monster. So I'm just dying to see a Gila monster. And as you can see, it's just loaded with a Scholzia californica, California poppies here. We've been walking through hillside after hillside of poppies. And a water cache at the trailhead here. And Marnie's been here too. Chalet Village Motel water. Branded water. Oh man, Marnie's all over caching water for people. She's wonderful. Okay, so you're Carol and Sam.
Yes.
Carol and Sam.
Hostler.
Okay. And you live in Kearney, and Carol volunteers to pick up and drop off hikers
Yep.
from the Arizona Trail.
Yep.
Which is
It's-
very, very kind.
It's a kick. It is a kick. You meet interesting people. I mean, everybody's interesting. One time, I keep looking at you, Amy. One time, one of my friends said, "Well, aren't you afraid of going out there and picking up strangers?" And I said, "Never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind."
People ask us too, what are
Yeah.
you most afraid of?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not really afraid of anything.
No, it's everybody is interesting. And of course, I particularly latch on to foreigners because they're even more interesting. But
Thank you.
Except I understand you're not a foreigner. You're now a U.S.
you're a
citizen.
citizen, so you don't. Well, you're dual. Okay, so you're still partly interested.
Half interested. But
No.
how long have you been doing this?
Just since last year.
Really?
Last spring was my first season, and then last fall.
So what made you do it?
Well, Sam used to be the mayor of the town.
Oh, you did?
And so there are, of course, lots of conversations with lots of people about the economy and what's good for the town, and the old time pizza people are at the forefront of recognizing the Arizona Trail.
Yeah, they've been wonderful. Just wonderful.
Yeah. So so we knew it was good for the town, and then come to find out it's fun too.
So the town, the major source of employment here is mining?
Copper mine, big time, primary employer. No, it's open pit.
Open pit
As
mining.
you
is
as you
huge.
go north, you
It's
can't
the
miss it.
second largest mine in
Well,
Arizona,
that's what the guy in Ace Hardware was telling me.
Yeah.
and one of the largest in the world.
Yeah.
So how much do the Arizona Trail hikers contribute to the economy here?
Oh, we've never calculated it.
It can't be very much.
No. Well, with a town this small, it
Yeah,
doesn't
I was
need
going
to
to
be
say,
very much
with
negative.
a town this small, and I suppose there's probably, 5 to 10 hikers a day?
Well, now,
Something like
yeah.
that. Yeah,
You know, we're hitting
During
peak.
the season.
Yeah, we're hitting peak.
And, other than that, that's 5 to 10 people who would not be visiting with us.
Right. And I think
And
it's going
so-
to pick up every year from
Yeah,
now on.
I think so. I think so.
It's more publicity.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true.
And we're discovering that we have to organize ourselves better for pickups. So, because it was like I was getting 3-4 calls a day, can you take me out at 7? Can you bring me in at 10? Can you take me out at, which, fun, but I do have a life,
It's getting busy enough because we don't want to have someone having to wait for a turnaround when we're out somewhere else getting someone else.
Yeah, so are
So,
you
yeah.
the only one taking? I mean,
No.
people are hitchhiking. and
No,
shit.
people are hitchhiking, especially when our system breaks down or where they don't get the word. They don't get the memo about calling Kearney. People can call the General Kearney Inn, or they can call the Old Time Pizza, or they can call me. I'm on the Arizona Trail webpage as an angel. So, and then,
I got your number from the General Kearney.
did you? Yeah. So we have several others, and we've never formalized any kind of rotation or anything. So I just put up that sign the other day that said, first trip out at 7 a.m. and we'll see what happens. So I'm taking you at 7, right, in the morning. Yeah.
You got a 19-mile day tomorrow. So
What do you average?
probably about 18.
So that's yeah.
It's a big elevation game. I think it's about what, 3,000 feet?
Tomorrow. Yeah. Going to Superior isn't that bad, but when you leave Superior, then it goes up. When you're headed for Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But beautiful country. Oh.
And I still want to see a Gila monster.
Talk to several people who have. This is exactly the season for them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, they usually live underground, but they love quail eggs. So,
And the quail eggs appear this
Come
time
out.
of year. And so
Yeah.
And so
they
look
come
them
out
around
with quail
sandy
eggs.
washes, and that's the best place to look for them and quail often lay their eggs in dead sorrel. They're lying on the ground because it's kind of a sheltered, protected place from the heat of the day for the eggs. And so if you see a dead sorrel, you might just see a Gila monster. Near a sandy wash. So you've got every trick you need.
And just keep your distance. I don't think they strike.
No.
And they're not going to chase you. But yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, wrap this up. I'd like to thank you both very much
Well, you're welcome.
on behalf of both us and all the other hikers.
And welcome to all the other hikers to Kearney, the friendliest town on the Arizona Trail.
This is the mayor's wife talking. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.